So I've gone through the website and actually read some uh, quotes or some description about the why you are here. But so maybe I go to Daniel
Mhm.
because Daniel said that he has lived an experience of being a gender fluid individual.
Mhm.
Growing up as a gender non-conforming child, I had my share of verbal and physical abuse
Mhm.
from people who were conditioned to believe that gender and sexuality are anything but fluid. So maybe, Daniel, maybe you can explore with me. What does it mean by a gender fluid?
Gender fluidity, it kind of just means, well, it's not just, I mean, it covers so much, right? But basically what we need to understand is breaking out of the binary form of gender. Because up till now, I would say, very recent years, people are still, sticking to this binary understanding of gender. So you're either male or you're female, right? So this is very detrimental because you have a lot of preconceived preconceived gender expectations for every person. So if you're born a boy, you're expected to behave like a boy. You're supposed to like certain things that are boy related. But if you're a girl, there are certain expectations for you as well. Expectations kind of build up barriers for people to get in touch with themselves. So back to your question, what is gender fluidity? So it basically means breaking down all these barriers to understanding that sexuality and gender can be very fluid. Like you can feel like you're non-binary, at this point in your life, and then later on, slowly you embrace, certain sides, your masculinity, your femininity. So it's not a constant thing. So that to me, that's what gender fluidity is.
I see.
Yeah.
So for you, maybe I just if it's okay for you to answer me. So right now, where do you stand? Are you like more towards masculinity or femininity, or how do you sway?
Wow. Okay, that's a great question. Yeah, because for me, I just feel that my sexuality and gender identity has shifted. So I'm 34 this year. So throughout my 34 years of being alive, I started off as a very effeminate boy. I was a middle child. I have an elder brother and younger sister, so I was quite campy when I was growing up in my hometown, right? So much so that I was the victim of just verbal abuse. I have female students when I was in primary school. I still remember very vividly. We were on the third floor of my school building. I was in primary 5, and then this fellow primary 5 girl started calling me, "Hey, Bapok, Epondan," very strong words, I remember feeling very down about it. It's like I feel verbally abused. Because of this, I kind of built up a resilience toward that and started to embrace my femininity, I would say. Yeah, so throughout secondary school, things happen. Like teenagers, they tend have this tendency to conform to other people. So I became a bit more, how do you call it, conventional for a while, and then up till when I started college, yeah, that's when things started blooming for me. I became very kind of comfortable with myself. So right now I'm embracing my masculinity a bit more. So I'm working out a little bit more, putting on more muscle mass, and dressing a little bit more masculinely as well, I think. Yeah. So that's my transition.
All right, that's it's fine. I think in any way you sway, I think it's at the end of the day, it's about how we view ourselves and how we feel confident
Yeah.
of being which way we sway at, right?
Yeah.
So maybe just one last question for you on this gender fluidity. So what kind of clothes do gender fluid people wear actually?
Well, there isn't a set kind of like when you talk about the classic American guy, maybe he'll be wearing Gap pants or like checkered shirts or whatnot. There isn't a look like a menu to choose from. So I'd say for gender fluid people who identify as non-binary, there are so many ways they can dress themselves. For myself, I'm comfortable in just a flowy piece of pants, which I'm not wearing today. But there was once I wore it to school because I teach at a music center, right? I wore it to school, and I bent down to pick up something, and a fellow teacher saw me. I was like, "Teacher Daniel," I hate the word teacher lah. So Daniel, you're wearing a skirt. I was like, that's not a skirt. So I stood up. So I showed there was a slit. Not a slit. What do you call that? It's a pair of pants. It's just very flowy. A lot of fabric. That's it. So it's not a skirt. I was like, no. I don't mean that way. I mean you look nice in there. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah. But I'm not wearing a skirt. It's in a pair of pants. Even if I did wear a skirt, I don't see if there's anything wrong with it.
All right. Yeah, I agree with you.